Alrighty guys, here we are running another one back. So just a heads up to everybody, this is probably going to be about 15 or 20 minutes long. I know that's long, but the reason I do these long videos is I I go through the car, I demonstrate everything works on it, and then we're going to go over the good and we're going to go over the bad, or the not ideal. So this is a super cool, man, I love E46s. My first adult car was an E46. I had a 330 that I put like 450,000 miles on it back in my 20s. And then it basically disintegrated and went to the junkyard because things started falling off of it. So this one, man, it's awesome. 80,000 miles, manual, 328. It's got the, I don't know the style of those wheels, but they're super cool when they're clean. They're kind of a pain to clean, but they're worth it. So great miles, 80,000 miles. I think I already said that. Unfortunately, let's talk about a few things. Well, one thing, it did come from Washington State. It does have some tarnish. It does have some rust, whatever word you want to use. I know that's less than ideal for folks. Trust me, I wish it wasn't there, but it is. I don't see anything that would hinder working on the car, meaning all the bolts still have good edges and whatnot. So we're going to start off back here. I wanted to point out the clear on the top of the bumper lip, as you can see, is starting to come off. Not terrible, but I just wanted to make sure I point this out. And then we have some really light scratches here on the trunk deck. So perspective, there's the trunk rondel there. This looks like something was, maybe drug across or sat on the trunk deck at some point in the last 25 years. And that is the result. So we have a little scuffo here on the bumper, the plastic insert there. The wheels, generally speaking, are in really good shape. There's a little bit of corrosion on the finish, but there is no curbing. They look really good. So the body on the driver's side, don't really have anything to report or point out. So it does have the xenons, which is, today is pretty much almost standard, but for 2000, it was a big deal, which is a nice option because you can actually see when you're driving at night versus old halogens. So we all love these motors. Straight six. Don't really have a lot of issues out of these. As far as engines go, pretty basic. Keep up with things that'll last forever. Our kidney grills are in good shape. Don't see anything falling out. They're not loose, which is kind of amazing. They're really tight. That's good. A lot of those on the E46s get loose. Oh, I did want to talk about the hood. Unfortunately, we have some bird doo-doo that sat on there for too long. That's in the clear. Well, it's on the top a little bit. A really super good paint guy maybe could get that off. It's hard to see at a distance. I don't know if I'd worry about it personally. I probably wouldn't, but the next guy, you're more than welcome to undertake that. So that wheel, really good shape. There's a door ding right here. Super hard to see. Take my word for it, it's there. So in general, let's see, 25 years old, 80,000 miles. I mean, this is not a garage queen, obviously. Low miles for a 2000, but you go over it with a fine-tooth comb, you will find some cosmetic imperfections, as one would expect. I just don't want to. I want to make sure everybody is aware of that. I would think folks are. The interior, man, It is super, super, super clean. Pictures probably don't do it justice. I did have the headliner replaced. It was falling down. Obviously pretty common on these cars. The owner probably didn't want to deal with it. And then we also did the C-pillars because they were starting to sag, and I'm about to sneeze, so you'll have to excuse me if I do. There are no odors, there are no smells, there are no burns. It was never smoked in. You can tell that right away. Door panels, let's see, right rear. Something was probably loaded in the back at some point and we nicked it there. Looks like it was glued back in place. I'm gonna leave it alone. Then we nicked the armrest. Unfortunate, but again, you have a car for that long, these things happen. So I'm gonna demonstrate seat operation. Everything is good here. We can see it moving. Seat back, forward, backward. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go down. So you can't really see the lumbar. Maybe you can, I don't know. Yeah, you can, well, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it in a video, but it is doing its lumbarness. All right, let's see. That's really it for that side. Nothing really to demonstrate functionally for the back seat. And I know in the 911 world, guys don't necessarily like the gray. Well, it's probably the least favorite. I think this blue with these wheels and that gray, I mean, in 2000 you were big balling if you had one of these. The height of luxury. Driver's seat, check. Lumbar. You can't, I can barely see it and I'm standing here. I can see it moving, I don't know if you can. Take my word for it, lumbar works. Up and down and okay. Now we're gonna get in here. It's not cold, but it's not warm. So I'm gonna turn on my seat. All right, let's get situated. We're gonna do our mirror. We're gonna do our mirror. All right. Oh, we gotta do our light check. I almost forgot. Where's the hazard on this thing? Down there. Okay. Especially with the xenons, we got to make sure they work. So we got our turn signal. Xenon check. Xenon check. Check. And check. And check. Well, let's check the fog lights. I haven't actually checked the fog lights. All right, I got to look at the fog lights. Fog lights do not seem to be working. I don't know why. I will figure that one out. So it's coming on in here, but they're not coming on down here. Maybe we just need bulbs. I will report back on the fog light situation. Okay. So dash lights, we can tell they're working. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do windows. Window, window. 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 Window, window. We're going to put the window up. Because like I said, it's not cold, but it's not warm. Cruise. Check. Horn. Wipers. Alright. Our various lights. Sunroof. Of course, we got the shade. Good shape there. Alrighty. Climate. So we have our air mix. A lot of people don't know about that. It's a very European thing. Mercedes, Volvos have it. Radio. Check. Climate. The AC is a little excessive because it's dropped a little bit. The heater will melt your face. I've used it here. All of our functions. Check. Check. Alright. Trust me on the heated seat, it works and it feels good. So you can turn off traction. I don't know why you'd want to turn off the HK amp, but you can. Seems a little pointless to me. So the surround here on this cubby is cracked. There. That's not a big deal if it bothers you. Pop a new one of those in there, be all set. We did our windows. Yeah, so the shift knob is the only wood grain that's cracked on this car. You can see it. It's not bad. I would probably get a weighted shift knob personally, but I would leave that up to the next guy. Locks, check. Locks, check. Alright, let's do our steering wheel controls. So this is our volume over here. Alright, we go volume. Oops, sorry. Up, down. We did our cruise. So good thing to kind of show, the rubber insert is not melted. That is quite common on these E46s. It's ugly and a big pain in the butt to fix. The armrest cover is in good shape. It's not cracked. The change holder is actually there. The rubber mat is actually there. The cup holders are not broken. All the little springy guys are all intact. And with the exception of right there, the soft touch on the console is in really good shape. I'm not going to say no one ever sat in the back seat because that's a little excessive. I'm sure somebody did, but man, my phone won't focus. Sorry. Rear seat, really good shape. Interior is just really clean on this car. So anyway, there you go. It's cool. Hope it finds a good home. We need to turn it, man. There we go. Turn the air mix. Air mix it up. That feels better. So the this one key I do have, the fobber does work. And then we have the valet key and that little black key that I think it just unlocks the door. I've never really understood what that little black key does. Tis a mystery. So I'm going to figure out the fog lights, bulbs, fuse, I'm not sure. I will investigate and report back in another video. Well, cool, guys. Let's get her sold. If you have any questions, just let me know. And thank you.